Here we are. Hey, let's
We're
begin.
on the road.
Here we go. We're on the road. We thought we would be home tonight, and
We
we
didn't make
have
it.
our little thing stand to hold it, so we didn't bring it with us.
So we're short and sweet.
But we didn't. Oh yeah, but we didn't make it. So oh, whoops! I turned it around. Oh, because it said to tag you. There you are, baby. Come here. Okay, so here we are after a little technical difficulties.
That's
This
all
is
right.
what
We're short and
happens.
sweet, honey. Go ahead,
Oh
bud.
hush!
Sorry.
This is what happens when you have no stand. Anyway, so we just want to talk about some little takeaways from this weekend. You know, I sat there yesterday at my father-in-law's funeral, and we heard so many people as we came to the line. I mean, Tim, of course, being his son, knows what a wonderful man his father was. But it was so cool. I mean, you know, I only got to be in the family for a couple years before he died, 2.5 years. So I only met him like 3 years ago, and I really wish that I'd had the opportunity to know him longer. But what I did know of him, well, he was an amazing man. Even in his 90s, when I met him, he was just a really fun and kind person, and who loved Jesus. Who loved
He
Jesus.
wasn't worried about being politically correct.
He was worried about being biblically correct. But yesterday, as we stood in the reception line and people talked to us about their memories of him, it was just it was so awesome to hear all the stories, and the consistent themes in his life were how he loved people, he loved being around people, and he loved telling them about Jesus. And he lived his life to bring everyone to heaven with him. So while it's sad for us here on earth still to not have him to make us laugh and to love right now in person in the flesh, as Tim said in his eulogy yesterday, he's going to be playing home run derby with his dad one day in heaven. So, but it was so comforting to know. I told someone today in text that it was probably one of the most uplifting funerals I've ever been to, because you knew this man spent his whole life to be where he is today, and he's rejoicing with his Savior on the streets of gold. And that's what he always wanted. And the whole time I've known him, he just talked about wanting to go home. He just wanted to be with Jesus. And so
he lived his life for this moment. He lived his life for this moment. This world was not his home. And if he was here his whole life, he told me, Tim, there's no hope in this world. This is, 10, 40, 50 years ago. Boy, is it true today.
It is.
There's no hope in this world.
So it just really impacted me, because it made me think about how am I living my life, and that's what I just want to challenge everyone. There's that song by Tim McGraw, I think, Live Like You Were Dying, and it's a good song, and it's a great message about living every day till its fullest, because you never know when today is going to be your last day, if you're going to wake up tomorrow. But even more than that, you can't, I just think you can't live like you're dying if you're not thinking about making choices here on earth that are going to affect your eternity and where you're spending eternity. And if that was anything that really was demonstrated by Larry Bratton's life, he lived for eternity, and he lived to tell everyone about eternity, and to have a kingdom impact. And so I think that I just want to challenge everybody to think about that. The decisions that you make every day, are you just thinking about today, or are you thinking about your eternity? Are you making decisions that are affecting your family? Are you parenting your kids for the moment? Are you parenting your kids with an eternal purpose, because you care about their eternity more than their travel ball team? What are you teaching them about their decision making? It needs to be eternal. Your decision making needs to have it has. Let me tell you this: your decisions that you make every day are going to have an impact on your eternity, whether you want it or not. But you choose those choices. All of your choices are going to affect where you spend your eternity. What you need to do is think about where you want to spend it. Do you want to spend it in heaven with Jesus, celebrating on the streets of gold, or do you not?
What will you be known for?
What are you going to be known
for?
What
will you be known for?
What are you going to be
on
known
that
for?
dash? My dad was born, he's 93, so he was born when, honey? 1920-something. But 2019, between those is a little dash.
What's your dash?
What's your dash going to say? I told Lance that. I told Lance, I don't want my dash to be known for what I was before I was a Christian. What a terrible sinner I was, and sin I did after I became Christian. I want to know what I did for Jesus, what I did for heavenly kingdom. That's what I'll be known for.
And it was
Is that
humbling.
a good example?
Yeah, it's humbling. It's humbling, isn't it, to be at this funeral with this man who lived and impacted so many people, and
so many people, so many friends are in heaven. And I mean, Dad was 93, no peer pressure at that age, but he had a lot of friends up in heaven. A lot of friends here saw him off in his body.
And it was people from every generation who talked to us. They were from children up, and we heard stories about him
stopping and play basketball with two boys.
Who
play basketball. One's a preacher now.
Yeah.
That made such an influence. They were going such a rough time, and Dad just stopped in the middle of nowhere and played ball with these two boys who were playing basketball. And they were going through a rough time at the moment, and that had and I'm just such a ministry to them, and such an impact on them.
And he didn't try to tell people they had to clean themselves up.
No.
It wasn't. I heard stories about him talking about a mom coming home and her kids, her daughter, her teenage daughter, had blue hair or something, and she comes home and finds Larry sitting on the front porch talking to all the teenagers with their colored hair, and it's not about how you look. It's not.
What's your heart? It's all about your heart.
It's all about your heart. Yeah. It's all about your heart. And it is so humbling to me to think that, what am I doing? What kind of impact am I having? And I want to have an impact.
For eternity.
I want to have an eternal impact.
Amen.
For the kingdom of God.
Amen.
And and so that's just
on the road.
Our takeaway from this weekend, and you just want everybody to think about that. What are you doing?
Tune in next week, too. It's going to be awesome. We're going to get back in the swing.
We're going to get back to marriage.
And it's going to be awesome.
But we love you guys. And you know what? Tim said, and I just want to touch on that again, about being biblically correct and not politically correct. And that is something that he didn't care about, his political correctness. He was biblically correct. Because in today's time and culture, I find that many Christians are afraid. And evidently, they're afraid to speak up and say what the truth is. But it's in love. It's in love.
My dad said all in love.
And I think as Christians, we find a hard time with that balance. We either, part of the Christian segment wants to love, and we do love everybody, but they're so focused on the grace and the love that they don't speak the truth. They hide from the truth. They're afraid of the truth. And then we have those people who are so dogmatic about the truth that they're not teaching the love, and we've got to find that balance. Truth
so my dad might step on toes, but he did it in love.
Truth is truth. Okay. The Bible is very clear on its principles.
Right.
That's not negotiable. But it's for everyone.
We love you guys. We love you guys.
Love.
We'll see you next week.
Okay.
On the road again, going home tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Hopefully, yes, we'll be home tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
You get on me by going off on a tear.